This is Barbie with Jeannie's Designs. I have my standard coffee and I'm waiting for my YouTube to go live. It shouldn't be too long, although it's Friday and I don't know. We'll see. Let's see. I'm a few minutes early. There we are. We're live. Hi guys. Good morning, or it's actually afternoon. Good afternoon. There's Nancy, there's Sarah, there's my friend Ann, Nancy, Deb, Trish, Christy, Lena. I know a lot of you guys thought it was 11. I may have misspoke yesterday. It's entirely possible. But yesterday's live was at 11. So maybe that's where it came from. I don't know. There's Donna, there's Charlene. Hi, Barb. Cynthia. Hey, Misty. There's my friend Mary. You're at your office listening and watching. I love it. Hi, Wendy. Hi, guys. This is going to be fun. Today is going to be very fun. Let me put my coffee over there. I just wanted to show you. I'm sorry. This is really annoying when it's on camera, isn't it? I wanted to show you what Lori and I did yesterday. Lori isn't going to be here today. She's taking one of her horses to the vet. Everything's okay. It's just a follow-up appointment, she said. But this is what we made yesterday on our live. Wild Pony Designs and I both made a Mr. Heckles at 85%. So this is my new bag. I'm not selling it. I'm not giving it. This is mine. So it's got a crossbody strap. It's got two handles. And then it's got a foam pocket back here. Let me pull you down so you can see just a little foam pocket there, and then a top zipper. And I already had one of these purse class wallets made. And then I made a Jordan pouch, since this is a bigger bag, I decided to make a long Jordan pouch. And look at the little flowers. So if you get the Jordan pouch pattern, I didn't do this for today. I did it to match my purse. But look, if you get the Jordan pouch pattern, it comes with these little flowers. Look how cute they are. Oh. So I haven't moved everything over here yet, although we're going to go out later today after this and run a few errands, so I might transfer everything in there. Yeah. Very cute. Very, very cute. So Lori and I had a great time yesterday. We made the Mr. Heckles at 85%. I love it. Okay. So what time is it? It's 1 p.m. even. How about that? My purple ostrich, no, Donna, is from Big Z. Big Z fabric. Now I have some of, actually the black ostrich is from Chris at Simply Classic, but the purple is from Big Z Fabrics. You know me in purple and black, I just love it, so. Okay, hi Shelly. Hey Bev. And Mary, that's right, Lori did red and black. It's called, hers is from Big Z too. It's called Deadpool Red. It turned out great too. So, all right, so back to what we are doing today. This is the launch of a new pattern by my friend Ann at Simply Classic. It is her buddy box. A brand new buddy box. And in addition to the box, which this is what they are, they're little boxes to keep all kinds of things in. I have 3 different kinds of clips. This is the long. These are all, I made them all out of cork. I just have plenty of cork. And then here's one that I made a video on. This is also cork. This one has no accent on it. This one has a round accent. And if you can see, It's a cylinder arm sewing machine. And then this one has scissors, tweezers, and snips. Now, they can be used in the sewing room. They can be used in the bathroom, depending on what material you use. They can be used, I'm gonna make one and put it out on the counter for keys and little things that tend to junk up your counter space. So I'm gonna make a long, big one to put out there. I might use one of the ones I am doing today to put out there. These pink silver clips are from Amazon. I mean, they are perfect. I have used these so many times lately. I think I got 30 clips for like $5, $6. And they come in a variety of colors. Just in full disclosure, they didn't have purple. So I got the next best color was pink. So that's what I got. Hi, Nita. Hi, Sandy. Denise. Hi, guys. So these two were my tester ones. And at the time I made these, I did not have the stiffener that she recommends to make them. This one I did. Can you hear that underneath there? Very different. Can you hear the difference? Yeah. So they are meant to be that you can pick them up and go and they don't flop around. Now the one I'm making today will be even better because I'm going to do it exactly like the pattern. You know me, I tend to be a bit of a rebel. Hi, guys. Oh, there's Leslie, my friend, Florida friend. Okay, so this is the pattern. And then she's also launching her sewing accents today. These are all her new sewing accents. This is the biggest accent add-on that she has done so far. And these are great. All different kinds of sewing machines. I'll hold it up here in a second. All kinds of different tools. There's a presser foot, a bobbin, a cam snap press type thing. All kinds of clips, scissors, rotary blade, let's see, hammers, some kind of leather tools, thread, and this is a piece of leather with a leather gauge, which is one of the ones I did. I'll show it to you. And then smaller circles, kind of smaller squares, and I'll show you the difference. And then large squares, not really squares, and then separate scissors and clips and rotary blade. Now, I cut, Anne sent me some, but the ones I'm using today, actually, I cut out on my Scan and Cut. They cut beautifully. They cut beautifully. The buddy box cuts beautifully on the Scan and Cut, and the emblems cut on the Scan and Cut. Now, Anne would tell you, and Anne, feel free to chime in. Some of them are more intricate and are a little more difficult to cut by hand. I have not tried them all, in full disclosure, but I've tried many of her accents, and all the ones I have tried have cut perfectly on my Scan and Cut. I have not cut any of these out by hand. I have cut the buddy box and the buddy bag by hand. But, I mean, she sends you SVG files, so why not use it if you have some type of cutting machine? So, yes, Charlene. So, for my subscribers for launch, if you purchase the buddy box pattern and the sewing emblems, you get a discount. And it's in the description below, so you can look in the description below. But it is just through Sunday night at midnight. So you get a discount if you buy both of these together. Now, I will say these are really reasonably priced patterns. So they do need to be cut on a machine, yeah. So, now I would say the scissors, the big scissors, could be cut by hand if you needed to. And then maybe some of the machines could be cut by hand with a little X-Acto knife. But yeah, they cut beautifully on the machine. So just another reason for you to get a new tool for your sewing studio. So the code is in the description, and Sarah, if you want to copy and paste it into the live, um, it's in the description below. I already put it out there. So that is what is going on today. I do want to say that all of her emblems are not just for bag buddies. They're not just for pouches or the buddy box. They can be put on anything. So I wanted to show you a couple other things that I have done. I don't have tons because a lot of them I've given away. But for example, here is one of her emblems that I cut out on. Actually, I have a die for this one. I think, yeah, I have a die for this one, and I have a die for this one. But this is just this is a leather pouch. All of this is leather except for the inside. This is her large Jordan pouch, I believe. Isn't that stunning, though? That's leather and brown leather. It's beautiful. This is not being given or sold. This is mine. I love, for some reason, brown and aqua or blue is one of my favorite things. I don't know. All right, so that's one. The other one is this. This is a buddy bag. And this is one of her emblems with the backing. This is all leather too. And then she does have little pouches. So I put receipts in there, you know, maybe a business card. I wouldn't put anything like a credit card or keys in here in case it falls out. But they are all fully lined. This one as well is not leaving my home except in my own purse because this leather, stunning, stunning. I love this stuff. Okay, so that's another one. And then here is another one. Look at this. This is all leather too. And then my friend Ann sent me this purple. This lavender is also leather. But look, because I'm getting into leather, this is like a piece of leather and a leather gauge. I just made this morning and I recorded the video. So I'm going to release this video later today after the live. It is gorgeous. Now, I did skive the sides. So it depends on what type of leather you use, whether it needs to be skived or not. I did. And she has 3 sizes of this. This is the small, there is a medium, and then there is a long. So this is a separate pattern, the Bag Buddies. I gave so many of these away at Christmas, and people loved them. They loved them. Where are the SVGs for the sewing? It's just part of the pattern, Nancy. If you purchase the sewing accents, it's part of the pattern. You get those with the pattern. Okay? All right. So the next thing I want to do is, before we get sewing, is talk a little bit about stiffeners. And I'm going to say that stiffeners are a new thing to me. If you watched one of my mail openings, I believe it was a week or 2 ago. Hi, Terry. She sent me some, Anne sent me some stiffener, but I also went and got some at, you found the clips. I love it. Those clips, you guys, you can't go wrong with these little clips. I'm going to show you another clip too. So don't make a purchase on Amazon yet, because you're going to want these other ones too. Just saying. So this is what the leather world calls bag stiffeners. So because I'm still new to leather, Anne has taken me down a rabbit hole, she and Gabby. Thank you very much. That a lot of leather makers use stiffeners in the bottom or sides of their bags to make them more stiff and sturdy. Now, this is much stiffer than Selpa. Selpa is a leather stabilizer. This is actually called a stiffener. Am I saying it right, Anne? I think I am. So the whole purpose of these little buddy boxes is that you pick them up and they don't flop over. So if you look at this one, look at this. This one is one of my first ones that I did not use a stiffener. So I pick it up and it kind of flops over. She designed this not to do that, so that when you pick it up, see how this one stays straight up? It's not flopping over. This one does too. This one flops a little bit too. These were the first two that I made. Oh, I actually have another one that I made. So this one flops just a little. Yeah. So, in this pattern and in the back of the pattern, let me show you the page. It talks all about stiffeners and she gives you sources. So on here, it talks about what is best for the bottom of the buddy box and what is best for the sides. Now, today when I make it, I haven't used the side stiffeners, and I'm going to do that today, so we'll see how it turns out. I don't know. But she talks about there's thin, medium, and thick, and what she sent me is thick. So see how thick that is? Feel that? And then this is the one I got at Tandy. Very similar. Trying to see. So I have a bunch of them cut out because I plan on making quite a few of these. I'm going to give some to my mother-in-law. I'm going to give some to friends. I can't wait to make a bunch of them. So, yes. So, the reason the bottom pieces are curved on the ends is because this stuff can be pretty pointy. So you do need to curve the end. And I'll show you that here in a second. Okay. So this can be made out of any non-fraying material. I think she really recommends either vinyl, cork, or leather. That's probably about the best options. Yeah. So what comes in the pattern is you get the small with 3 different accents. This one that is kind of a squarish, and then the round. So it comes with pattern pieces for nothing on the top, the squarish one, and the round one. So that's the small. And then you also get the long, which is this one. You get nothing on the top, and you get a round one, and then you get the squarish one. And you get SVG files for all of that. You get SVG files for the box itself. And then you get templates to where the placement is for the stabilizer or stiffener. Let me use the right word. And then she gives you pieces, pattern pieces for all the stiffeners. So here's the long bottom stiffener. And let me find one of the other ones. Let's see. And then you get the pattern piece for the side stiffeners. Okay. So there's that one, and for the long, there's a long kind of oblong one. You'll see it here in a second. So you get pattern pieces for all that, plus you get SVG files for all of that. Yeah. Okay. So let me see if I'm forgetting anything before I start sewing. Let me get these out of the way. Let me have a sip of coffee. Can you cut with scissors or scan and cut or X-Acto? So, Misty, I would recommend the scan and cut #1. If you are very skilled with the X-Acto knife and you are not worried, I don't think I would do the X-Acto knife. I'd probably cut myself. But the best option is the scan and cut. And she even says that in the pattern. And she said it here today too. I don't know, Nancy. I have cut the stiffeners by hand. They're so easy. What I do is I put them on the stiffener and I just trace it and cut it. You're not going to see them. I don't know if you're going to be able to see what I did or not. Let's see. Yeah. So like on here, you can see my pen marks. You can see my pen marks here. So I just put the pattern piece on this. She gives you the measurements too. So I just put the pattern piece on here and just marked them with a pen, and then I cut them out with some heavy duty scissors. So that's what I did. So you get the template for the long, and then you get the template for the small. Okay? So just like any pattern, you have to cut some things out. The box, they can all be cut by hand, she says. Yep. Only the sewing accents need to be cut on the machine. Yep. Okay? Awesome. Now, as part of this launch, just real quick, I am offering, in collaboration with Anne, there's no sewing zippers on these, but if you wanted to make one of the buddy boxes, look at the zipper pull. It's a pair of scissors, a spool of thread, and a bobbin. I think there might be a needle on there too. No. Just a pair of scissors, spool of thread, and a bobbin. So cute. So I'm offering them in silver. They're on my website. Antique brass. These are all #5, by the way. Light gold. They're so cute. Gunmetal. They're so cute. Do you use double-sided tape on the stiffener? I will show you, Jeannie, in just a second. I will show you what I'll do it. And then rainbow. So I have them in 5 finishes. I do use glue, and you guys know me if you've watched me for any length of time. If I use glue, I'm like a 3rd grader, but you're going to witness it right here and today. Yep. So let me pull you down so you can see. I prepped one, and we're going to do one because I wanted the glue to have a hot minute to dry. So I showed you the 2 stiffeners. This is called Texon Stride, and she gives you resources. This is what I got at Tandy. It's basically the same thing. And you get a huge sheet, 40 by 60, I believe, for $8.99. Cheap. And I mean, you probably wouldn't need to buy, unless you're going to make hundreds of them. You wouldn't need to. So the discount, Nancy, is, let me see. Let me see if I can tell you. Box combo. If you purchase the pattern and the sewing accents together, you get, I think it's 25 or 30%. I can't remember. And it's good until the 23rd. Okay. So those are these are the heavy stabilizer stiffener is for the bottom. So that's what I have here, and I just glued it on. So this is cork. Let me get rid of that so I can see comments. So yeah, use box bottom, BOX combo, or box combo, I believe. Somebody put it in the chat, Sarah or Ann put it in the chat, what the code is. I think it's box combo. Yeah. So the heavy duty stabilizer is in the bottom, and if you use her template, you will know exactly where it goes. So what I did was I put this on my cork on the wrong side of my exterior, and I just drew the lines. I don't know if you can see the lines, maybe right there. And then these white ones are craft text. Thank you, Sarah. You're all over it. So these are, the white ones are craft text. And craft text is actually more expensive than the bag stiffener. I know, it's kind of shocking. I happen to have some craft text. So that's what this is. So these are the two sides, and these are the front and the back. Okay, so it's eventually going to be folded up like this. I can't wait to do this one because it's got all the proper stiffeners. So I glued all these on. I just used, because I use cork, I used 3-in-1 glue or fabric tack. Now, if you're going to do them in leather, and I will do a video on making a leather one, I just haven't done it yet. You can use leather glue or cement, whatever you have. I just use this Aleene's leather glue. I got this on Amazon. It was like $5. I've had it forever. And I did, where is the one I did? Where did I do with it? Oh, I glued this on with this. So I glued this lavender piece onto the darker piece first, and then I glued the whole thing onto the front with this. And it's not going anywhere, but I did sew around it. Okay? I love it. Yeah. So if you're going to use cork or vinyl, use Fabri-Tac or 3-in-1 glue, it'll be fine. Perfect. Work perfectly. Okay. So we've got those glued on. And now I'm going to, before we move on, I have another one that I'm going to show you, a small. This is a small. So this is going to be my outside with my little scissors accent. Isn't that cute? And then this is going to be my lining. Cute, cute, cute. So what you do, let me grab a pen and point it, is put your piece on, and you can clip it or just hold it there, and then just trace where your stabilizers are going. It does not have to be crazy precise. You want it to be fairly, and I'll show you why in a second. Okay, so there I traced them all. That's where all my stabilizers are going to go. Okay, here comes the glue. Let me grab my pieces. So here is the bottom. This is the pattern piece for the bottom stabilizer for the small. Notice I rounded the corners. Okay. Now, these are the front and the back stiffeners. I would say if you don't have craft text, if you don't have any stabilizer, then you could certainly use Decaville Heavy. You may have to double it up to get the effect of the pattern. So if you don't have any bag stiffener, you could, for the bottom, put 2 pieces of craft text together. And then for the rest of it, I would probably use Decaville Heavy. That's just my opinion. All right, so I've got those 2 pieces. I've got these 2 pieces. Let me find my other 2 pieces. What did I do with them? Let me see. Well, they were here, I promise, guys. Here they are. I found them. So I'm using craft text for the front and the back and the side. So this is how it's going to go. It's like a little puzzle piece. Isn't it cute? Okay, so now we are just going to glue those in place. Now, keep in mind that this stuff glues actually pretty well. I was actually surprised when I did it for the first time. It stayed pretty well. I'm trying not to get it all over me. I'm trying my best. Okay, there's the bottom. That's the thickest stiffener. And then you could put it on here if you wanted to. And then you're going to add your front. And I use my roller. You don't have to use a roller at all, but you can if you want to. And then for the sides, okay, just like that. I mean, think about your sewing friends. If you have sewing friends that maybe aren't on YouTube or that you sew with a lot and it'd be nice to give them something, this would be so great. You know, it's a scrap buster as far as the actual material. It doesn't take much. And I've made, this is my, is this my 4th one? Or this is my 5th one, I think. And I made one a couple days ago, and it took me like 20 minutes. Very fast and easy. Okay, so that's all there is to it. I'm going to turn it over and press it good and let it dry. Now, the other thing I am going to do is for my emblem, I'm going to put some glue on the back, and this is where it becomes a 3rd grade scenario. Because it's pretty hard not to get it on you. And I'm just dabbing it. We are going to sew this on, but I probably won't sew all these little spots. So I want those to have glue. And I think I'm going to use my tweezers. Okay. And I'm just going to put it on this way. It doesn't have to be any certain way. It's really what works for you. Oh my gosh, that is so cute. You could put it up and down. You could put it sideways. Now I'm going to roll that. And if any glue comes out, because I was pretty sparing on my glue, so I don't have any leaking. That's actually pretty shocking. I think there's a tiny little piece in here that didn't come out. Yeah, there we go. I got it. Okay. Isn't that cute? I love it. Okay, now you could put a book on here. I don't have a book. Oh, you know what I do have? Let me put this on. Oh, it's my stash of zipper pulls, you guys. That'll keep it together. All right, so we're gonna sew up the large, or the long, I should say. Let me push this over here so it's not in our way. Any questions so far? The code doesn't work for the pattern, but it shows 50 off for the sewing accents. I don't know. You have to have the buddy box pattern and the sewing accents. And you might have to address that. I don't know. Okay. So this is going to be the inside of this long. And I already glued it on because I wanted to make sure that we could sew it and I wouldn't get glue everywhere. Now, do you see why these little long clips are important? Look at the size of these. These are also on Amazon. Maybe Anne can link them because she sent them to me. I don't know how many were in here, maybe 20, 25 clips, but they're perfect. We're going to use them again for this box, so keep that in mind. But I glued this. These are all clips. Isn't that cute? That is so cute. I love it. Okay, so you need to decide if you're going to put an accent, then you put it here. If you're not going to put an accent, you don't have to make the buddy box. Absolutely don't have to. So because I already put this on here, now what I'm going to do is use my leather marker. And I'm going to make some across the bottom. So where all these connect, I'm going to draw a line. And I'll show you here in a second. Because we are going to stitch the bottom. So I'm drawing a box on the bottom. Okay, let's see what you can see. So can you see those marks? I drew from here to here, from here to here, here to here, and up. Thank you, Anne, for posting that. There you go. Okay. So let me make sure I'm doing this in the correct order. I want to do it in the correct order. Okay. Let me move these over here. Okay. So now we get to use more glue. So what we're going to end up doing is putting these wrong sides together, and I'm going to glue them. I know it's scary, so here we go. Let me clean this up a little bit because it's really gotten nasty. If you guys don't have baby wipes in your sewing studio, I would highly recommend it. I just have a bag of these hypoallergenic, fragrance-free, made with 99% purified water. Perfect in every way. All right, so it doesn't matter which side you put it on. I'm going to put it... You know what? I need to sew my accent on a little bit first, don't I, Anne? Let me see. No. Yes, I do. Okay, let's do that first. Sorry. So with this, you want to sew your accent so it doesn't show on the inside. It doesn't matter, but if you don't care that it's shown on the inside or the outside, I would do it after. But she recommends you sew from here down and around, and just leave this for later, I believe. Yeah. So I'm gonna, and we'll catch that up when we do the rest of it. So I'm gonna sew this. I have not put the two pieces together, and I'm gonna trying to see what my I'm using a stitch length of 4. So I'm just going up to that spot where I'm going to sew the front and the back together. If that makes sense, I'll show you. Okay. So I just started here and went around here and back to here. Once I, and you could do this part, I suppose. I think what I'll do is I'll do this top when I do the rest of it. So let's put the two together. Yeah, let's put the two together. Lots of glue. And don't overdo the glue. You don't want it seeping all over. We are going to sew these together, so it's just really to make sure they stay together. That's probably good enough. And now I'm going to put these wrong sides together. The nice thing about this glue is you have a little bit of grace to move it around. Oh my gosh, I did actually pretty good. Let me see. Yep. Oh my. Isn't this gonna be cute, you guys? Oh my gosh. So freaking cute. So now we want to do several stitching. Hey Dawn, we're gonna sew the box here, and then we're gonna sew all the way around, up and around, to sew these pieces together. I'm gonna get a sip of coffee. And I would start, oops, I gotta start over here so I can see my box. I'm gonna start down here in the corner because you really won't be able to see it. And I'm back stitching just 2 stitches. I'm following the lines that I drew. And I'm using, I think it's called Mauvelicious Text 70 from Swag. Okay. So there you can see the box. Now, if there is any of the leather marking pen still showing, get that off now. You don't want to leave that on there because if you leave it on too long, it'll become permanent. Okay. So that's what it looks like on that side, and that's what it looks like. You can hardly even see it, really. And now I'm going to sew all the way around the whole thing. Isn't this cute, you guys? So I'm going to start over here in the corner and go all the way around. And so I can back stitch and nobody will really see it. Okay, 1/8 of an inch. Better move this so I can see. And just go slow. I know, I'm a pretty speedster sewist. So, but this is all very visible stitching. And when you get to your turns, just turn it. Now, I did not put a tag on here. You could certainly put a tag. And I'll show you too where. Making this in particular with cork is very domestic friendly, guys. 2 pieces of cork, even with the stiffener, very domestic friendly. So you don't have to have an industrial, at least the stiffener that I used. And you do need 4 rivets. I'll show you. Because this is sewn. And then we're going to put it together with the rivets. And I need to mark my rivets because my scan and cut didn't do a very good job of that. I probably need to change my blade. Okay, so now we're getting up here where the emblem is. And I'm going to continue and sew the rest of that emblem on at the top. Almost done with sewing. That is it on the sewing. Now you could, if you wanted to, pull the threads to the inside and tie them off. I sometimes have done that with this, but I didn't today, obviously. Oh my gosh, look at that. So you can see the stitching. So we did first the box on the bottom to keep that real thick stiffener in there. And then we sewed all the way around. So you can see here, you don't see that we did the stitching on the inside here or the outside. This could actually be either or. Now, if you wanted to put a tag, I probably would put the tag right here, opposite of your emblem, but you could put it anywhere. But that's probably where I would put it, right here. Just keep in mind this is facing up, so it would need to be right side up here. Hi, Ellie. Hi, Lainey. Stitch me up with Lainey Grace. Hi, guys. Okay, so now let me get my template. And my scan and cut didn't do a very good job. Oh, this is the long. And I'm just going to punch my holes. For my rivets. Okay. And I'm just going to use my little handy punch. It's very fast, but you could use one of the hand punches too. It's going to be a little noisy. I got to find my hammer. What did I do with my hammer? Oh, here it is. Sorry for the noise. I probably should have done this early. So on each side, you need 2 rivets. So sorry. That is so noisy. I'm so sorry. Okay. All right, I'm trying to find my other rivet spot. That's okay. We'll do it anyway. So I have a tiny bit of hangover here on my cream, so I'm just going to trim that. I don't want that showing. So if you end up with any hangover of any of your lining, I have very little, but just ever so slightly, and I don't want it. So I'm just trimming that off. Let me see if there's any more. Just a hair down here. And then if you've used cork at all, you know it does tend to have little frays. Just quickly run, and I do it on this side. Let me trim this off. Some of my black is showing. Be careful with light colored, any kind of cork really. If you leave the flame there too long, it will leave a burn mark, and you don't want that. So just be very judicious. Once you do it, you'll know it, and you probably won't do it again. I actually did it the other day. Thankfully, it was really on the inside, so. Okay, perfect. Oops. Perfect. So now you can kind of train, and I'm going to have the black be my inside because I want this to be on the inside. So we're going to fold this up. And I gotta find, oh, there they are. My holes for my inside, I can feel them. I'm just gonna mark it. Perfect. I'll show you how to fold it. She gives you really, you know, Anne is a very good designer. She gives you excellent directions. Okay, I'm just going to use my punch for this one. You like watching me no matter how much noise I make. You're so sweet, Jeannie. I do make a lot of noise. My husband says I'm noisy. I'm noisy when I cook, too. Right? Anybody else noisy when they cook? I can't help it. I got dishes everywhere. Spoons clanking in the dishes. I can't help it. It's just the way it is. All right, let me grab some rivets. What should I use? I think I'll use some matte black rivets. Let me see. Let me find them. Here they are. We're almost done with this one, guys. I mean, that's how fast it is. So, depending on what you want to be your inside or your outside, I want this to be my inside because I look at the box and I want to see this all the time. So, you're going to fold the center in and bring your front or back. It honestly doesn't matter, and then put your rivets in. Okay, and then bring your, front side over and put your rivet in. So it'll end up looking like that. Now, we will glue this, and that's where those big clips come into place. So let me put these on. Bring the center up, fold it over, put your rivet in. And bring the other side up and put your rivet in. Oh my gosh. Anne, look how this is. I used her recommendations for stiffener. Look. It's perfect. It doesn't flop. Let me show you one that's in fabric. Now I love these too, but look at this. This is what is this called? The Petite 4 basket, and these are fine. These are absolutely fine, but I've made tons of these. This is vinyl and waterproof canvas, and it has foam in there, so it flops. So I pick it up and it flops open. Look at the difference. I pick this one up, it doesn't move. Big difference. She designed it to be that way. So let me grab my cam snapper, rivet snap. I mean, there's just no comparison, honestly, and they're so easy to make. Let me get everything out of the way here. Okay. Now, to snap these rivets, It's best to have this on the end of the table because you kind of have to fold it to get it in there. So I'm gonna pull it this way a little. Probably would be better if it wasn't even on this thing. Perfect. Just don't press your finger, okay, guys? Perfect. Oh my gosh. The difference in the stiffener is you do it from the inside. Oh, with the bowl facing. Oh, I'll have to try that. Okay. But look at this. Now let's fill it up with some stuff. Okay. Look at that, guys. You can lift it up and it doesn't flop because we use that thick stiffener, heavy stiffener on the bottom, and then the lighter stiffener. But it's not heavy. And then it's got the two little rivets. I have two different heads on there. That was weird. But you see, I like having the accent inside so I can see it. Isn't that cute? I love it. This is mine. This is my new one. I love it. All right, so that is it. What time is it? How long have we been on? Oh, we've been on for an hour. Okay. Let me see if this is dry. Yeah, this is dry. I'm just going to do this one real quick because I want to. It's so cute. So we're going to do this small. This is all dry. I'm going to mark my sewing lines for the bottom. I'm going to do this. Where's my other piece? Let me see. Yeah. I still want that to be the outside. I'll do this one as the outside. Just to be different. And you can see what they look like. So I'm just marking the box for the bottom. I am going to sew here, starting here and down and around. And then we'll finish the top. When we sew it together. Okay. I just did one stitch, back stitch. Like I said before, you could pull it to the back if you wanted. Cute, cute, cute. All right, let's get the glue. Yeah, let's get the glue. Hey, Sean. I'm just putting glue everywhere, guys. Don't overdo your glue, like I've been known to do. This is really just to hold it together while you stitch it. Okay. And then again, I'm going to start at the bottom and try and get it on there as evenly as I can. When you use glue, you have a little bit of grace. So you have a few minutes, seconds, to kind of scooch it and get it where you want it. Yeah, I gotta pull it over for some reason. Okay, I might have to do a tiny bit of trimming. So she says she wouldn't recommend double-sided tape. I don't blame her. You want it to be glued. Okay. I need to bring this whole top over just a little. Let me get it over. There we go. Oh, that's better. Okay. All right, so let's do the bottom first. Sew around the bottom. Okay. So you're seeing, without all the chit-chat, how fast this is going. It's pretty fast. Okay. And now I'm going to start, like I said, over here where you really can't see it. And go all the way around. I'm kind of speeding on the straightaways. Can you see it? Don't get obsessed with these corners, because when it's all put together, you don't see the corners down there. I mean, I'm just trying to do the best I can, but you don't really see them. Okay, I'm getting to my emblem on the top. And we're going to go around the top of the emblem. I'm getting back to where I started. And I'll just do a back stitch. And that's it. I'll trim it up just a little. Burn my threads just a little. You guys, and you know, her business is called Simple Artful Stuff. And it's because I would say most of the stuff that she designs is simple. Now, Anne is a leather crafter. So she does a lot of leather stuff, which is not simple. Ask me how I know. I'm just looking to make sure I'm catching all the... Oh my gosh, that's, well, this one, I'll do a little bit here. That's it. And because, again, this is cork, I'm just going to do a real quick pass with the lighter. And you could do a clear coat of edge paint, or you could do regular edge paint on this if you wanted to. I have not edge painted any of mine. Anne, have you edge painted yours? Curious. Oh, I see my little marks. Let's punch the holes. I can see them right here. There's one. And there's the other one. She edge paints hers. I'm not surprised. I got a feel for my other hole. There it is, right there. Make sure when you start this process, you have a good blade if you're using your scan and cut or your circle or circuit, because it should cut these. Okay, perfect. All right, so what rivets are we going to use for this? Let me see. What do I have? Should I do... I think I'll do antique brass. How about that? Let me do some antique brass one. There's one. One more. Okay. All right. All right, let me pull it down again so you can see what I'm doing, for heaven's sakes. Pull the center up and pull one of your sides up. Put your rivet in. If you can get it in. Put it in your hole there and put the cap on. Center is up. Bring your other side up. Put the rivet in. Put it in your hole. Put the cap on. Cute. I'm going to try doing it the other way, Anne. Oh, that's a tiny little rivet. I don't want that. Let me get another cap here. Okay. Pull the center up. Put your cap on. One more. Okay. Perfect. Let me grab my beast here. Oh my, I can already tell this is going to be 100% easier. Oh, heavens. I just want to make sure I don't... Yes. Follow Anne's suggestion. Do it with the inside. Oh my gosh, that was so much easier. I tend to make things harder than necessary. Okay, let me get it there. I just don't want to put a divot in my rivet. Have you guys ever put a divot in your rivet? You know what I mean. Oh, that was so much easier. You know, designers usually know the best way to do things. You guys, this is so cute. So we've been on for 76 minutes and we've made 2 of these and we've chatted like crazy. Oh my gosh. Look at this. Divot in my rivet. That's right, Ellie. I love these. Now see, I don't mind the emblem on the outside either. Look at that. Look how cute that is. So let's put some stuff in it. Let me see. Let me put some clips in here. All right, so I'm going to lift it up. This is the test. When you use the materials the designers suggest, and I'll just say this, they have tested, and I know Anne in particular, and any designer that I've made their bags, I know they test these things like crazy. So if you, let's see, let me do this. So here's one of my first ones, and I did not have the proper stiffener. And so you pick it up and it droops. Look at that. Either way, you pick it up and it droops. Okay? Look at this. You pick it up, it's not drooping. You pick it up, it's not drooping. It's not drooping. What can I say? These are my 2 favorite. Oh, I know what I needed to do. Let's glue them. And this is why we need the long clips. Let me get rid of this stuff. Okay. So you see how here it kind of fans out? Let's just put a little dab of glue in there. Don't overdo it because it'll squish out. And that's why she suggests you have these. Just to hold that while it glues. And here's the reason. Let me do this side and I'll use the regular hair clips that I have. They are not quite long enough. See, they're not quite long enough to hold that down. One more. Almost forgot this. Now, I've used these clips that she sent me for other stuff too. That you need long, a little longer reach than normal. I've never seen these clips before. I've never seen these long clips before. She sent them to me. Oh, there's a little bit of glue there. Get your little baby wipe. Get that off of there. That's it, guys. Let me clean my glue off. You guys, I know I'm easily pleased. I know that I love almost everything I make, but I love these. And the fact that they are so sturdy, they're not little floppy boxes. I mean, look how cute that is. Here, where's all my little clips, my little snips, I should say. I love them. Yes, Isabel at the Bag Making Academy. If you aren't familiar with the Bag Making Academy, Isabel is a dear. She's just an absolute dear. She sells bag stiffeners. She sells vinyl. She sells fabric. She sells, does she sell cork, Ann? I can't remember. But she sells Selpa. She has some hardware. Go support her. She has a 15% off coupon code. It's in the description below, and it's Ann B until the end of March. So a good 30 days of a 15% off. So go support another small business. Look at this, guys. Look at these. So there's the difference. That is on the inside. This is on the outside. Now, you'll notice I did not sew inside here. I only sewed around the circle. I glued these pretty well on both of these. So there was really no reason to sew. However, trying to find one. Oh yeah, like this one. I did sew on the inside of that one too. I glued it, but I also sewed it. This is one of the first ones I made, and I did not have any leather glue. So now that I have Aleene's leather glue, I probably would still do this one if I felt that you could make it look decent. So you see how I sewed that and I pulled all the threads to the back. I didn't do any back stitching on that one. This one I only sewed around the outside because look how tiny and small it is. But I glued it, so it's not coming off. This one I did sew on the inside too. So. You could use HTV or Heat and Bond Ultra with the emblems. True. I'm gonna have to. I have some of that Heat and Bond. I'm gonna have to try that. I have only used HTV vinyl once. Just once. Okay, guys, that's it. Go support Ann. She is a small business just trying to survive like all us bag making community small businesses. So go to support her. This is a cup I got in Roatan. It's as big as my head. I know. My niece taught English as a second language in Roatan for 2 or 3 years. So one Thanksgiving, Tony and I took a cruise, and one of the stops was Roatan. So we spent Thanksgiving Day with her. It worked out perfectly. So I got this in Roatan. It was so cute. So, go support your small businesses and the Bag Making Academy. Some gal called Jeannie's Designs has hardware and all kinds of stuff. Go support her. Go support SciSwag. I use her thread. So lots of good bag making small businesses. So the coupon for Anne is good until Sunday night at midnight. Box combo if you buy the buddy box and the sewing accents. But if you buy them individually, they're not very expensive, guys, and they're packed full of stuff and good information. And my zipper pulls, my cute little sewing zipper pulls. Thank you, Sarah. Cute. All right, guys. Tony and I have got a bunch of errands to go run. What time is it? It's 2:30. We got plenty of time. I hope you're having a great day. It's Friday. If you are part of the Zoom on Sunday at 3 o'clock, be sure you've done all your prep for the Magnolia Ray. Jan will open the Zoom at 2 p.m. Eastern, 2:30, and we'll start sewing right at 3 o'clock. I can't wait to see everybody who's participating. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. Thank you, Anne, for letting me do this. We appreciate it. Sarah, I will tell Tony hi. Bye.